Our trip began with a flight from Miami. We met our son Chip, his wife Stacy, and our grandchildren Belle and Dan at Heathrow Airport for our flight to Prague. Needless to say, it was a delight to see our family looking so excited and happy to start our Christmas adventure. When we finally arrived at our hotel, we dropped our things off in the room and hurried out to see Prague decked out for the holiday season. Since it was cold and breezy, we were wrapped up like mummies. The cold seeped into our feet and hands. We were only too happy to stop for dinner at a heated outdoor restaurant near the Prague Astronomical Clock. I had chosen the restaurant where we could sit in the warmth and see the 12 apostles make their appearances through the doorways above the clock face. After dinner, we tried the chimney cakes at the Christmas market. We finished our evening by climbing the clock tower to enjoy the Christmas market from above. A few new buildings have creeped into the old quarter. AMA Waterways provides a walking tour in each city. We began ours with a bus ride to Prague Castle. Our knowledgeable guide shared a lot of history, reminding us that the city had been an important power in Europe for many years. Monarchs have been crowned in the St. Vitus Cathedral, and it contains the tombs of many Bohemian kings. The crown jewels are stored in the cathedral. We exited the palace grounds just in time to see the changing of the guard. The rain held off as we descended into the old town. Our walk on the Charles Bridge allowed us fantastic views of Prague Castle with St. Vitus Cathedral sitting high on the hill. Old Town spread out before our eyes with many majestic buildings lining the Vistula River. For lunch, we stopped at the Municipal House. The Art Nouveau building was finished in 1912 and contains a concert hall, a ballroom, 2 restaurants, and a civic center. We decided to attend a medieval dinner and show in a cellar at 5 in the evening. The curving arches that supported the building added charm to the medieval dinner. While I wonder if all we were seeing was truly authentic, the dancing and the sword fighting provided a lot of entertainment for Belle and Dan. Anyone visiting Prague needs to have dinner in one of these cellars. We couldn't resist one more treat before heading back to the Christmas market for the last time. We did get a little snow the last night before leaving Prague.
Christmas from Prague!
We were up early for breakfast the next morning. Bags had to be outside the door by 7. After breakfast, we were supposed to head to Nuremberg, but we were going to Nürnberg, Austria. We stopped for lunch in a small town known for making beer, Pilsner, in the Czech Republic. We were delighted to find that the ship was all decorated for Christmas. After freshening up, we attended a welcome aboard party.
Who's actually arrived? He was here before with us, 90, Bulgarian guy. His name is Dimitar, and he is actually, when I'm starting to...
Dinners on board ship were always a delight. Passau is sometimes called the City of Three Rivers because the Danube, Inn, and Linz rivers converge there. Most of Passau was destroyed by fire in 1662. It was rebuilt in the Baroque style. St. Stephen's Cathedral dominates the town center with 2 massive bell towers. While simple on the outside, the architects gave the interior a distinctive Italian character. On our way to Linz, we passed through our first locks. I had scheduled our Christmas dinner for the chef's table. All guests are rotated through this venue. We were treated to a 7-course meal with wine pairing. With a view of the prep area, it was a culinary delight. Passengers were encouraged to participate in decorating the Christmas trees. The tour director arranged for us to walk to Mariendom Cathedral for a Christmas Mass. This neo-Gothic church is the largest cathedral in Austria. Halfway through the Mass, the pipe organ flooded the nave for Silent Night. With only Christmas trees glowing, we joined the congregation in singing the lovely Christmas hymn. It didn't matter whether we sang in German or English, we were all united in the magic of the Christmas season. How about this video of a raging river? The next morning we exchanged our gifts around the breakfast table. On Christmas Day we took a bus ride to Chesley Kumlof. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. We began our tour on the hill where the castle is located and worked our way down into the town. The palace is too expensive to heat during the winter, therefore it is closed. We were captivated by the exterior of the palace complex and the homes in the village. After the Velvet Revolution, the buildings were repaired. Workers discovered paintings underneath the plaster. Luckily, the plaster preserved the artwork. The town is a living museum of Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque architecture. After our walking tour had concluded, we were given free time to walk through the city, shop, and find something to eat. We found this restaurant right off the town square. After lunch, LaRue and I walked up the hill to see a church. You know I can never resist going inside to see the marvelous churches all over Europe. After meandering through the winding streets, we returned to the main square in time to enjoy the Christmas market. The hot chimney cakes were calling our names. While we devoured them, Dan had a Nutella crepe.
Wow, look at
Are
that.
you going to eat the whole thing?
I'll help you, Dan.
That evening, Santa made an appearance. Our ride to Salzburg was a feast for the eyes. We left Linz about 9 o'clock and slowly climbed the rolling foothills towards the land of the sound of music. Crossing the bridge, we could see the old town shining in the bright sunlight. As we walked to the main square, we could see the store windows were still full of holiday magic. Our guide dropped us off at the Christmas market and we were free to explore the city on our own. We found the market in Salzburg to be the nicest one that we have visited. The goods in the stalls seemed to be of better quality but were more expensive. There were lots of food choices, but since we didn't want to waste time ordering in a restaurant, we got our food from the various vendors. The Glühwein wine was nice and hot, with a delightful taste of citrus and spices. We got 3 kinds of pretzels, sugar and cinnamon, hazelnut, and blueberry cheesecake. All were delicious, but completely different from the ones we have here in the States. Crystal clear blue skies greeted us as we approached the entrance to Melk Abbey. LaRue and I wondered if we would be disappointed by the interiors. Had our minds exaggerated what we had seen before? We were not disappointed. That afternoon we sailed by many lovely villages.
By the rebellious peasants, and in the middle of the 17th century it was plundered by the passing Swedish army.
It was nice not to have to be on a bus. We arrived in Vienna while we were having dinner. After dinner, we took a shuttle bus into the city. From the Stephansplatz, we walked down to see the Hofburg Palace at night. Close by was Demmel's Cafe. Except for the gingerbread creation, the shelves were empty. By tomorrow morning, the shelves will be filled with tasty pastries that could cause one to gain weight by simply looking at them. Our walking tour the next morning began at Maria Theresa Platz. We walked through the grounds of the Hofburg Palace. The palace has been rebuilt and remodeled many times. Here are the halls where the drawbridge was raised. After our walking tour was over, our guide dropped us off at Stephansplatz and we returned to the pedestrian area where Stacy and Belle did some shopping. Chip, Drew, Dan and I stopped by the takeout window at Cafe Demo and ordered a Kaiserschmarrn. This is a fluffy pancake with stewed prunes. That afternoon, we took a 20-minute bus ride out to the Schönbrunn Palace. Here was another Christmas market for us to enjoy, but because it was after Christmas, it's now called the New Year's Market. As we sailed into Budapest, the clouds broke up and we had a lovely view of the Parliament buildings. Our tour bus stopped us at the foot of Castle Hill. This area was heavily damaged during the Second World War. The government is restoring the area to its former glory. After visiting Castle Hill, we returned to the past side of the city to enjoy the Christmas market. Each market that we have visited has had its own charm or theme. The lavish displays of food certainly set this market apart. Cured meats cascaded down shelves in some stalls, while candies and chocolates lined the others. Further down, there were stacks of pretzels. Pastries were spread on trays grouped by their tasty fillings. Poppy seeds, berries, sweet custards tempted us as we walked along the streets. Sprinkled along the way were traditional Christmas ornaments. Santas, angels, handmade goods were ours if the price was right.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, there it is.
Our last Christmas market had not disappointed us. We came, we saw, and we bought.
Három évig nem szakítom belőle, hopp!